Clash of Clans podcast, special episode 31. And I'm back with Scott, a.k.a. Illnst, a.k.a. Get Up Kids, from the Clashcast podcast and Lexcorp.
What's
do you say
up?
Lexcorp or do you say Lexcorp?
Robbie says Lexcorp, I say Lexcorp.
Yeah, I say the Corp too. So, what's been going on?
Just been clan warring every day.
Are you guys going, are you resetting your timer?
You mean when we're searching?
Well, no, will we give it a half day off so we can get it back to a certain start time? Or...
Yeah, we just ended our war about 9:30. Typically, we'll switch it back, but we went ahead and pushed it again because we're chasing that XP so much, and we really don't want to give up a half a day.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. Do you end up in the middle of the night?
Yeah. This war probably started about an hour ago. We got matched up with an Indonesian clan that's pretty stacked.
How many people are in your clan right now?
We're warring with 40 right now.
You are, huh? What's your makeup like?
We got, including myself, 5. No, wait. If we take Ghostbuster, which is my
what an awesome
defenseless account, with my 1 cannon and max drags, that's a Town Hall 10, but it's number 40 in our clan.
Oh, really?
So we have 6 Town Hall 10s, I believe.
Okay. What do you, and how does your 9s and 8s stack up?
A lot of our 9s are pretty new. The Get Up Kids actually just switched over to 9, which I kind of wish I didn't do.
I remember when the Get Up Kids was 7, weren't you? When you were in House of Zod or House of L at the beginning?
I'm pretty sure that I joined you guys when I was still a Town Hall 6.
Oh, wow. Because you would
so
always...
I think I did
Sorry.
I think I did a couple wars before drags. And then once I got drags, I just...
rolled over everything.
Yeah. and I never used drags before.
You didn't,
until Zod.
Because you were always going up.
Yeah.
A lot sometimes.
Yeah, there was quite a few times I went up, probably 10 plus.
And then, so Get Up Kids is now a 9?
Yeah, brand new 9. Probably a week.
So what are you using now, or what changed up between? I mean, I know you probably talk about this all the time, but from then to now, are you wildly different strategy? Hogs, I'm guessing.
Well, right before I was 9, I switched from drags, and this is probably when I have nothing left to do except walls. Switched to Go Wipe, and that's still what I'm using. Now the only difference is I have a really low Archer Queen, level 1, and another spell. So I don't really have any changes yet. So I'm basically a Town Hall 9 with nothing.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, do you get you got the drill? Or did you get another drill?
No. I didn't even think about it.
Oh. I just upgraded my
second one. I feel like hanging up and go get me a drill. Yeah, I forgot all about it. The problem is I went into it thinking, and this is probably what I'm going to do, I'm going to upgrade my lab, my spell factory, my camps, and then heroes, of course, and just work on walls before I add any new weapons.
Okay.
And I want to get those 2 levels of walls completely done before I do anything. That way I don't rise up.
Yeah,
but I can still fight. And obviously I'll upgrade troops, but I won't really mess with anything else.
And then what will you do when you start the defenses?
The defense, only because and here's the thing, with me, I change what I say all the time. I'm never going to buy gems. I want to do this, and then I go for. But
those were the days.
I probably my goal would be get the walls done, and when they're done, don't add the new defenses yet. Just max the defenses for 9 at that point, and then bring them in one at a time and work on them one at a time.
Yeah, just to get up to max, because they're really not. It's kind of like troops. It seems like they're not that great until they hit the max level.
Right.
Like, it's not proportionate.
And it's not like you can just throw it into a base and have a level 2 or 3 archer tower and have your base not have a weak spot. So I'd rather sit there and throw it in while it actually has a little meat on it, than just throw it out where it's basically pointless. Yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to get stomped on.
No, I think a lot of people like doing it that way, because I think you're right. Like, if you put an archer tower in that's really weak, you're also taking out space, like tiles that the other things are covering.
Right. Unless you just put it on the outside, just kind of random.
Use it as bait or something like that.
Right. Because my main account is riddled with outside weapons just to keep from wee working on me very well.
Where are you at with that one? Is it?
I just spent some money on it not too long ago, a couple weeks ago.
I remember I listened to that podcast today.
Yeah, so I maxed out my Inferno Towers and my Expos. And after this war we just wrapped up in, I got my third Wiz Tower maxing, because I had to play a lot of catch-up on this account.
What would you do wrong the first time? Just, I suppose,
everything. I was a gold wall Town Hall 10.
Oh my, okay.
I didn't even have gold cannons.
Oh, really?
I just went straight to it. I gemmed to Town Hall 9 before I even maxed out 8. And literally a day or two after I got there, Town Hall 10 came out.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, son of a bitch.
They're baiting me.
And so I had to do it. And I related so much to a lot of this shit that you said about every time you upgraded something, it would come out the next day.
Yeah.
Literally. That's how I felt on that. It was the same when I did.
I made it just a little bit.
I think
further.
Wizards. I think when I went to level 5 Wizards, the 6s came right out, and then they got cheaper. And I can't really remember, but there was a lot of shit that
just right
I could pretty much set my watch to.
You kind of almost wonder, like, if you were in the influx of players, at a certain time, and you can kind of see how Supercell keeps a little bit ahead of the curve, by constantly having something else new, like, introduced.
Yeah, you're chasing a dragon nonstop.
Yeah, which makes it interesting, because, I mean, think of, like, the hero changes and all that stuff. Just everything is way different. I feel like my heroes are way less. Well, they obviously are way less than they should be, but that was because the heroes kind of played a different function, and there wasn't war.
I didn't even care about them until now,
because they were for protecting loot, or in attacks or trophy.
I used them for. I used to have a base that I used pretty much from day one after Infernos came out, where it was kind of a peninsula with my town hall down there and a bunch of shit on the corner, making it hard to get to it, with every trap, Wizard Towers, Inferno Towers there, to where you thought you could get it, but you're just getting. It wasn't like a trapped base. You saw that it was some weapons there, but you just get fucking reamed. And if they did get my town hall, they were so expended on troops they couldn't do anything else. That worked for a while.
It's always like a surprise, because you go, yeah, I think I can take that. I know there's traps there, but my stuff is pretty strong. I think I can do it. Maybe get the 50 and then smash.
Right. And my king and queen were on both sides of that, so they would distract the troops coming at. Why the Infernos were. I don't remember if they were multi at first. Like, that came out a little bit later, I think, and then it really started doing damage.
Yeah, with the multis.
Yeah, because I think it was single for a while, wasn't it?
I think so. I think it was single. Yeah. Then there was the ability to do either.
Yeah, because I remember when that's stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
And now I would never do single again.
Like, that's so weak. what are you getting hit with in war? Because I've wondered a lot about the. I had one on single and one on multi in war, which seemed to work some of the time, depending on the way people came at it. Because like if they'd get a P.E.K.K.A. inside, then it would do some really good stuff, or take out the high heroes as they walked by, like around a certain place. But it's just kind of hit or miss.
I get hit a lot with wee wee.
Okay.
And I've seen a couple wipes come at me, but that really doesn't work. My base is super compartmentalized.
Okay.
And plus I have so many outside weapons that it kind of makes them run around.
Well, are you seeing air attacks on your base?
I get like quattroed every now and then, and I have level 6 air defense too. Like I'm a dream based to raid.
Like, who is this guy?
And it fucking doesn't work. Like I defend most of the time. I mean,
so
I don't think I've been 3-starred in a war ever. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure someone in my clan will call me out tomorrow, but normally I get 1-starred, maybe 2 and if it is that, I don't know how my defenses hold up. It's someone with like level 40 heroes and max troops getting on me, and usually it holds up against them.
And where are your heroes at on that one?
Oh my god, it's embarrassing.
I know.
15 king and 11 archer queen.
Oh wow.
But what you got to remember is I started this one. I played with Boaz on this one, and they kind of taught me how to play as far as raid. Yeah. But I don't know how I got in the clan because my base was so pathetic, and I had shit troops too. And I spent some money to buy Go Wee Wee there, and I learned it from them there. But
over in the True Sons,
yeah, because it was like a nice training camp up there. But I started to get up kids, and that became my main account. So I ignored it forever, and I stopped having fun with it. And then after I learned how to war with it a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I got good troops, I can start donating to the get up kids and stuff like that. And and then the war loot started coming in. I could upgrade it again. It became fun again, and because I don't raid with this account at all.
Yeah, you were saying you just like you make more with war than you do with farming. Do you sit at a certain level in trophies to?
Yeah, I usually stay in master 2 and 3. Anytime I start to drop, I just switch to my war base and go right back up.
I started doing that, especially last night. It's like when I get to when I start to drop below like into the 2600s because I've been practicing for some raids or something like that, or just horrible attacks. I put my stuff inside, or my town hall inside, and then try to go up on defense, or when I'm saving Dark Elixir, then it's just outside. And those heroes, I think, because if we've played for so long, the heroes weren't that important. There was no war. You can see all these like TH9s and TH8s coming up now with higher heroes, and now I'm really feeling the burn to like get things leveling up.
Well, we were wasting all our money on dark troops the whole time too.
Yeah,
and not saying upgrading dark troops. We were wasting our money playing with dark troops.
Do you play with dark troops now? See, I do, but
on Get Up Kids, I won't even make a freaking dark troop. All that money goes into my heroes.
Awesome.
I had my king at 5 at Town Hall 7, and probably like a month into it, I had my king max at Town Hall 8 at 10.
It sure does come fast now. Because like
you're not spending it, it comes fast. Because I didn't have 2 pumps.
Yeah, exactly.
Drills.
Exactly, because I went to 8 to get the second. Or no, to get the first one. I kind of jumped on my second account. I went up to 8 because I was like, well, I can get 2 drills. The king's going to be more important. Or 1 drill, I should say, because I couldn't save Dark Elixir at 7.
Yeah, there wasn't even a fucking drill at 7 when I was there, and I got the king to 5.
And that's kind of crazy, to think about it.
I dropped so much fucking lightning.
Just going around zapping. Do you think that's why they did it?
It's like throwing dog shit at people's doors, man. I know it pisses them off, and it's all I would do is skip, boom, 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 and I would boost my spells. I would have my gobs ready and my lightnings ready, and just
taking it,
dark,
hoarding it. I haven't really been getting hit very hard in and I'm sitting in gold, I think, with my second. But I like to go in with the full armies. But already after, I think, I'm trying to think. I only do a few raids a day maybe on that one, and it's pretty new. But I think I've got almost to level 4 king, and it seems like way fast. Well, obviously way faster than in my TH10, just because it seems like there's just way more dark elixir flowing down there, and it's so different because I'm not using dark troops either. I haven't even upgraded my barracks, my dark barracks for hogs, because I think heroes are the new thing.
Oh, definitely.
So, which one do you play most now?
I play the Get Up Kids a lot. It's probably the one I play the most because I don't know why it's the first account I did right. Illnst is starting to shape up. I mean, he's got abs and shit now. But Get Up Kids, I mean,
the acne's clearing.
Yeah, he's clearing them while it's gone.
Nice.
But I learned what I did wrong. I can attack like a motherfucker now on Illnst, and my defense is solid. Even though my base is a little embarrassing, it works.
Sure.
But with the Get Up Kids, I learned how to attack with all kinds of different troops. I tried everything. I mean, I maxed every troop, every wall piece, everything, to the point where I spilled elixir out for 2 or 3 weeks. You know, it just poured everywhere.
Just flowing. The big purple boobs.
Yeah, big purple boobs lactating all over the place.
So what do you mean, like the different combos? Did you like?
I would try everything.
You just
practice. I didn't really barch with Illnst. I guess growing up is what you'd call it.
Yeah.
I was the worst player ever because I was in a clan with just friends, and we had no one better than us.
Oh.
So you are learning from no one. and a lot of the times, sadly, I was the best of the group. So I'm passing bad habits to everybody else, and everyone's rushing and using all archer armies.
These healers work really good on these balloons. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I ain't never done that shit.
Well, how long were you in that first clan?
Well, me and Robbie, or Taco Lover, I can't remember if he was there from day one or not. I started a clan called Bones Brigade, and we played with that with just a bunch of friends, and we had the dumb shit like must be Crystal and have level 5 archers to join, like that meant anything. And it just went nowhere.
Flashbacks.
And then I outgrew everyone, and we separated from most of them, the guys that kind of had their shit together. We started Purple Rain, which Rob's still a leader of.
That song's been in my head all day, by the way, because I heard you mention that, or you were talking about it, and I had that.
Dude, that song's in my head every day. It plays at work like 50 times a day, so that's probably how that got started.
I need a Clash song.
But it's Purple Rain, like rain and blood, not like just rain. So it's a lot cooler.
Oh, like Elixir.
No, like rain, like REIGHT, inner king fucking spell.
Okay. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot too, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, the spelling matters.
We got there and we started to get better, but we had a few people that once war started just couldn't keep up, and those kids aren't even in the clan anymore with Rob. But I'm like, I want to get better. I want to go learn. So I wandered the globe for a while.
You did, huh?
And it's so lonely.
You survived.
It's a cesspool.
So what did you do? Just go on global and just...
Well, what I did was I went to... God, what was that? The contest shit that you guys were doing on your podcast.
Oh, the push?
Where all the different clans, where True Sons was part of it, Minnesota Nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
God, what was it? League of Clans.
League of Clans, yep.
So I searched League of Clans, and I went to every fucking one of them and tried to find one I liked. And then that's when I ended up in the True Sons. And that was probably my third stop, and that's where I stayed.
When we were doing League of Clans, was that right around the time Clan Wars... No, that was after Clan Wars.
I
start
think
it.
that you guys, if I remember right from the podcast, you probably did one more round with them and then never did it again, from what I took.
It was around the start of Clan Wars, I think. So, I mean, that was a while ago. So Clan
Yeah.
Wars came out like a year ago now.
Yeah, because that shit was over. The League of Clans stuff, as far as I know, wasn't going on at all after Clan Wars. Maybe like one or two snuck in or something, but
Yeah, it kind of didn't
so
make
I was like,
sense.
I don't know where to go. I want to go someplace cool where people are probably better than me. And
Filling your CC when you request troops,
yeah, I didn't know what the fuck to think of that.
just filling up super fast. Yeah, like, and I hear stories about that. And it's like, oh man, I remember those days, you know, or you see the other clans like that would be just so hard to just be waiting and waiting and waiting for troops when you want to go raid. You know, now you can kind of log on and just be like, okay, you know, in a few minutes, I'm pretty sure I'll get it, but very rarely do I have to wait.
You get a lot of if there's an R clan, if anyone's waiting, it's because we're all
Oh,
since
busy.
we war every day. A lot of us with the big boy troops are building the troops to go into the war castles, and then the next day we're building the troops for our war or your clan castles. So it kind of freezes up us being able to donate a lot
Yeah, I suppose.
because we're just
Well,
pushing like a machine to keep
yeah.
the shit going.
Well, and that's what, you know, like on our war days, people are really pretty good about saying, you know, golem, and then somebody saying, okay, I'll brew one, and kind of
Right.
waiting that 45 minutes. So, you know, so there's things hanging out some of those days, but so we've got double the THs that you do, or TH10s, sorry, which
It's a double-edged sword.
yeah, it's like it hurts in the war matchups, but it also maybe hurts the war matchups has been kind of wrong because it just makes the war matchups more difficult.
Right.
It's kind of fun. It's fun to go against the hard people. It sucks losing when you do, but yeah, it's a lot less stress on me than it used to be. So it's like, oh, gotta get, you know, fill these war CCs, and I got people like I'll come in the morning and I'll have brewed some wizards and they're filled, and it's like, oh, okay, this is nice. Are you the top 10?
I do the top 10. That's been us the whole time. It's been killing me when you say that on your podcast.
Oh no, I was saying top TH10, but yeah, let's talk about that because you guys do.
I am the top TH10. That's what's sad.
Oh, you are, huh?
Sir Herps passed me for about a week, and it was the greatest feeling ever because I don't want to be the number one guy.
Yeah.
Because with our rule, that puts me fighting 1 and 2. So it was like being on vacation.
So how'd you do against like 1 and 2? I mean, are you like? So we started doing that strat or trying it just to focus our lower attacks lower.
Yeah, I think you guys do it a little bit differently than the way we've talked about it because it works flawless for us every war.
So do you do top person does 1 and 2?
Yep, and 2 does 2 and 3, and so on and so on. But you can't raid above 21 if you're not in the top 10 until everything below that is 3-star. So if you want to go for some loot and get some big boy bucks, you got to put your foot down on some of the lower guys and blast through that. Because if you have that completely 3-starred and a bigger guy doesn't have to come down and do it,
Yeah.
it's easy. And then, since we're kind of holding off a little bit, depending on my work schedule, I might sneak one raid in and hold off the other. But a lot of the guys will hold them off, you know, for 12 hours or so. But then the middle and the high middle start going up above 20 after that shit's cleared off down there.
Right.
And they're taking out all kinds of shit anyway. So now we got people in the top 10 that already have their bases 3-starred or whatever the best it could be, like a 2-star on some serious Town Hall 10s or something like that. So we get to go and overlap each other, and it just really it's maximizing every attack.
Yeah, because if you need to go early, you know where you're supposed to hit.
Mm-hmm. The only problem is it gets, and if you guys are going to try that, you get a lot of people that are, I don't know, like number 5 through 10 get really butthurt that they have to raid easy bases.
Yeah, okay.
But the whole game is to get as many stars as we can as easy, so we don't have to sit there and clean up.
Yeah.
There's 2 attacks on a base. really hurts. We want them to do it as fast as they can. The lower guys take a really massive amount of shit from us, because if they don't raid, we're mad as hell, because one of our mid guys has to come down lower to do it, and it kind of counteracts what we're doing. So lower guys that don't raid fast get the boot.
So if they get boxed out, do you have that happen?
We actually just talked about this the other day. If you get boxed out, it's because you didn't do your fucking job, and we might stop you from even getting your second raid in. We might punish you so you can't have loot.
Oh, okay.
Or sit you out. We've benched a lot of the lowers that haven't did their raids in the proper time.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good thing, and I know that you said that on the Twitter about the bottom 20, and then you said the 1 to 2, and so we were kind of thinking about that. But before we even really got that in place, like the 1 to 2, it seemed to just focus those first attacks way lower, and then and put it into the range of like where they can really hit.
Right? It keeps cowboys from popping up.
Yeah, and then that way, even when people go lower, and if they fail, I think people maybe be being harder on themselves because we're going a little bit lower, and if they screw up, but it's so much better because then the guys who are better usually. Okay, let me put it: the guys who get the most 3 stars will wait because they want the harder bases.
Exactly, and it allows them to shine. But you can also really police who that dickhead is who's just going for loot.
Yeah.
Because there'll be like 21 will still be available or something like that. And I'm like, dude, hit 21 so we can start attacking the mid-range and can move up. And when they won't do that, you know what kind of player they are. But for the most part, everyone's on board with everything. I don't know what it is about the lowest players in general, and probably every clan, they seem to be the guys that raid last.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're the hardest to control. Because we used to, before we started doing that rule, when we very first came a clan, we would all pretty much, we still cleared all of our attacks, and we still clear them. Even with the top 10 rule, we still clear our raids and discuss them, because second set of eyes never hurt. But we would probably have 20 attacks going on at once, and just freak the other fucking enemy out, and a lot of times they would just fucking quit.
They would, huh?
But that was a little more reckless than we like. We try to be really organized. We're not an amazing war clan. We're just very well planned and take our time now, and it works.
So where are you at in wins? I mean, that doesn't say a ton, I don't think.
In wins, we are...
I mean, you're winning like most of the time? With it working?
Until the XP stuff came out, we were solid. The XP switched it up a little bit. We got quite a few ties. We've got 66 war wins right now.
Oh, nice.
But since the XP came out, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking losses, and 1, 2, 3, 4 ties.
Are you getting tougher matchups, or do you think people are playing harder?
I think people are playing harder, but it's also tougher matchups, because we were just shy of being 4 the last war, or clan level 4 the last war,
okay.
And we were matched up against the clan level 4. Oh. And this war, we are clan level 4, and we are matched up against clan level 4 as well.
You haven't seen a ton of way lower matchups. Because I've heard of the exception, but I don't really see it from what I've seen online or whatever, in conversations. Have you gotten matched up like with a 1 when you were a 3?
No, it's always been, for the most part, the exact same number, or 1 off.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the number that you are ranked at. I think it's the XP, can be off by a certain amount to pull you into that.
Do you
Because
think?
we were almost level 4 and we were hit against a 4. So
Okay.
we were close enough to that level 4, and that was probably a low level 4 that just hit. And that's why we got paired up with that.
Yeah, because you can't be much. Not. Is it only possible to be level 4 at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Because after, they showed that graph, and it was like after this many wars.
Because this is War 21, and we're nonstop.
And so you're just gonna like hardcore XP it.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Because don't you notice a huge difference with the donation refund?
Oh, yeah. I would usually sit around 2 million in Elixir after we got Town Hall 10s and stuff to help me out. But now I'm like at 4 million just because it coming back to me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still giving the same amount of troops.
Well, yeah, because I remember like those wars where it was like, I could not save up for my P.E.K.K.A. for a long time because I'd spend $1 million or more, during a war, and there was less Town Hall 10s, I think, at that time. But it was like I was always farming for Elixir, and just that little bit of refund just seems to like. And I guess now I'm hanging out in Masters, so I do get more loot bonus. But I mean, I think in terms of Dark Elixir, just seeing that, because the Dark Elixir troops I mostly give are golems, maybe some minions, but it's a huge savings. But what are you getting at? I can't remember what you get at level 4.
Level 4, I think we get to donate 6 troops, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can fill up all but 2 in a all wizard castle.
Okay.
2 slots, so I mean, just need a couple barch. But I forget which order it comes in, but here's the clan perks that it lists at 4. So now we got the 15 minutes wait time, 6 troops, 20% troop cost, 20% extra loot storage, which I think that means that we just got 10 added, and then plus the 10% war bonus loot, which you really notice at 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. When I collecting my loot from the castle now, it's like that kind of snuck up on me. The little bit extra bonus, and then just being able to hold more longer, and then collect more. I guess we're not, because since the XP, it's like we've had some really bad losing streaks because we up against these tough clans. But
well, it's putting us up against clans that are, because I think it's the XP, like the physical XP that's matching it up.
Yeah.
With clans that are similar makeup to you, because for them to be where you are in XP, they have to be pretty much the same clan.
Do you think we'll start to see that gap more?
I think eventually it's going to slow down.
And then
but we're going to mad rush till 5, because that's when it changes our game. We're still going to war every day.
Yeah, because without
but we might reset more.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. But then after about 12 hours, it's like, hey, let's start this up. I really want to get going. But that will change up your game, because then Illnst won't have so much pressure, right? Because you'll get the extra troop level.
Well, with Sir Herp and Sleeball and K&B as Town Hall 10s they're really stepping up with all the Town Hall 10 troops, and and then our 9s, they're giving it all too. They're covering loon and witch duty, where we're covering wizards and golems and all that other shit.
Yeah, and that's nice, is for the 9s, and I didn't quite realize it right away, but that they could give the max troops in the CCs, which really kind of which really helps, because I'll come back and they'll have witches.
Right. Once we got a guy, Watts, that does all our spreadsheets. So he made a little list of what town halls can do what and who should do that. And so now our 9s will spit all the witches out into our clan castles, and we'll go dump our wizards in there, because we we basically only use Witch Wizard combos.
Okay.
Because it's cost efficient and the DPS is pretty out of control, and
yeah,
we only use 2 witches in our 35 slots.
Okay.
Because those are the guys that are getting wee-weed, so that helps slow them down.
So you're seeing a lot of that in War. The go wee-wees?
That's all our tops really see most of the time, but slowly we're starting to see some Lavalunion and stuff. And
yeah, with that new cold-blooded, or there's always something new, but the one golem...
We named that Stank Dick.
Stank Dick? Why is that?
I don't know, because Halligan got it wrong on our podcast. So
oh, okay.
I just renamed it for him. Now it's stuck.
Well, yeah, in those attacks, like taking out the queen, I was practicing today or yesterday, and I was throwing my king down right behind my golem, and I don't know why I was doing this. It's like the war stuff has happened, and I've been saving for my queen. I've been really pushing the dark elixir, but then every so often I'm like, I just got to practice some of these attacks. So I was taking in like the 4 lavas and then the 1 golem and just jumping, and I thought I can squeeze out a few attacks. Really sucks though when you brew an army like that and you don't get the bonus and you don't get the dark elixir. So I like lost 10k dark elixir just practicing. But I did find out that it seems like for me the dropping the king behind the golem is all I need. And I don't know if other people were doing the king and the queen, but I was holding off on my queen after a while because the queen didn't need to take anything else around it in the camps I was attacking. And then it would have been better if I waited.
Hold off on anyway.
Yeah. Or just to wait to see if I need to drop her behind the king, if the king gets in trouble. I think in Ward I was seeing they were dropping both, but I guess I'm going more for I want to make up my loot cost, and so it makes a difference to wait. But
right, that's why I don't raid.
Yeah, because you go down that far. Do you go sniping?
If I need to kind of speed myself up real quick, I'll do it every now and then. But for the most part, I don't raid on Illnst at all.
Oh, you don't at all? Just collecting?
Just collecting. Obviously, I got to do my 1 to get my black shield back, and
it's
sometimes I'll press skip.
But... So you're kind of playing them like you play, like a lot of people play their seconds.
Right.
Like that's how with Xaze, I'm like, okay, I'll just go if I want to have fun with it, But
because I love warring with him, but I'm going to start using him again because I've never been a champion yet.
Oh, you haven't, huh?
No, I have no patience at all. I get to a certain point, and I don't know if I'm ADD or suck, but I get to a certain point, and I'm like, fuck it, and I'll drop, go back up. I'm like, what did I do? And just the back and forth, and
how far have you
my
been
defense really couldn't do much to protect me up there. Let's see, but now I think I could probably hold my own. Let's see, where is my shit?
Yeah, because if some of those, as you get farther up, sometimes I'm wondering now if going back, it's like you'll play the let other people snipe you if you can get your get like a couple raids in and pretty solid ones, and then take the loss, and you can go a little bit slower getting up. And that war base or the base changing thing is really nice, because then it's like if you just want to ward off a couple attacks throughout the TH inside, and then if you want the shield, it can kind of do that. But I think that becomes more important as you get up if you're not the kind of person that can just sit there and grind on it for like 6 hours.
Right. I've been to 2891, so nothing really impressive. But I think another thing that...
Because I bet you'd find it way different.
A few months ago, 5 months ago.
Okay.
But this was when I was also having to really, really over provide with war troops every day. So I really couldn't afford to push either.
Yeah, because you'd get up there and the wars really took it out of me. When I pushed, I basically just focus. I'd be doing my air army and maybe take a break to do war troops, but kind of let other people fill. I bet you could get hit masters way easier than you think. Or I mean, not masters, champs. Sorry, because like the war raids, and if you didn't have to grind it out, if you just flip the map stuff. I don't know. I was surprised at being able to get up there after a while. Because
it's been a real sore spot with me.
Yeah. Well, and before November, I'd only been to Masters once, and now I'm kind of sitting there, and I'm maybe raiding with a little bit different troops, but not much different. It's just kind of you get that practice. So I mean, I'm sure you'd go way farther than you did the last time without having to do so much.
Not being
work.
able to afford it was one thing, I'm also just now. I just finished my pig dog to 2.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm getting ready to save up to upgrade to 3, and then I'm going to learn other attacks. I've ran into some bases where I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to wee this or whatnot. And Sir Herp, our number 2, he uses dragons in war still.
He does, huh?
And he's getting 2 religiously on maxed Town Hall 10s.
Really?
So I can always count on him if
just
I
dragons?
fuck up. Yeah, just dragons.
Oh, man.
And he annihilates it. I mean, sneak over sometime and watch a war. He just fucking goes nuts.
Because I have not seen. I did see a drag attack on a 10, but it was a scout. But I haven't seen it in a war against us in a long time. People using dragons, like the high level dragons, and after seeing that scout attack that almost got to the TH with low level dragons, I'm like, they might be better against Infernos than I really think them able to do. Depending on the base setup and if people are protecting for the lava loon or things like that surprise expectation. People aren't really building for drag bases or anti-drag bases necessarily super high.
Right, because it's a different kind of attack versus the lava loon and stuff.
Yeah.
But we added a thing to our top 10 rule. We don't really call it anything, but we say top 10 with flex. We can trade our bases.
Oh, yeah?
So we know where we're going, but in that scenario, cool. I'm like, hey, man, there's no way I can fucking take this guy. I know that I'm going to blow it. So he can go in on that one, and I could take his.
So the trading gives you more accountability because you have to be in contact with those other people.
Right. Because if you see a base you can't take, you're doing nothing but hurting your clan by not saying, look, this is an air base. I can't touch it.
Yeah.
My strong attack is not going to work. If I just go in there and goose egg it because I'm trying to be Chief Big Dick, it helps nobody. I mean, there's no pride in war, man. You got to sit there and step back and say, dude, you can do this.
Well, because that's what I was thinking. Like, when you said number 1 takes 1 and 2, I'm like, well, what if those people aren't that great at it? Or I didn't think about like saying, let's trade attacks and
you should never have a 1 or 2 that can't hold their own in war to begin with, because you don't want that guy that is the top base in your clan and can't fucking attack either. That's worse than having
definitely
a clan of entire Town Hall 5s. But I can count on every Town Hall 10 we got is pretty much equal in rating.
Okay.
So if I fuck up on my base and goose egg it, which has happened, I can count on, if it's a wee base, I can count on Sleeball to come in there. If not, K and B would come in there. And this K and B guy was a horrible fucking attacker when he joined.
Really?
And now he's just as strong as everyone else because we're watching the same kind of attacks go on so much. And you just learn.
Yeah.
And I learned from these guys doing it different because they're seeing it through different eyes than I see it.
Isn't that crazy? I remember when this stuff started, we were so unpracticed with it. You know, like those higher level attacks because everything was farming. And so over the course of the year, we really learned a ton.
Well, definitely. And the thing is I say is so much. It's annoying as fuck. We went from thinking trophies were the only thing that meant anything to farming was the only thing that meant anything to war being the only thing that matters. And now that war's the only thing that really matters, you can do the pushing, you can do the farming, you can practice your attacks every day because war is constant. And if I was in a clan that did war once a week or twice a week, I don't think I'd be solid.
Yeah, because if you're not practicing with the timings, I think, of certain attacks, and those replays help me a lot.
And that's why the guy who comes behind you always does better and looks like a fucking rock star.
Yes.
He's like, that's where that asshole made that mistake.
Yeah.
I knew that golem was not that far to the left because he's circling his whole fucking base.
You're looking at your attack going, I should have known that. Look at how he did it. He knew exactly what to do.
And as soon as you drop it, you know what you did wrong.
Exactly.
And they know what you did wrong, too, and they're laughing their ass off, knowing it's their turn next.
Oh, there's nothing worse than that feeling where you're going, everything went wrong, and then you're going, okay, I'm going to go back to clan chat right now and see how obvious my screw-up was.
Right.
You know, because if somebody's in there going, oh, hero too late, something like that, then I'm like, oh, I really messed that up. Just right off the bat. I can tell about how many chat notifications are when I come out of an attack. I mean, besides like the 0 stars.
I wish there was chat notifications like a ticker while we're attacking.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be nice? That would be really cool, actually.
Mm-hmm. Because when I'm yelling, drop your fucking rage, and they can't see it, it's so pointless, but I'm always like, rage.
Yeah. Because then you could be commenting, but that'd probably just make me more nervous. I kind of rush my attacks.
That used to be my big problem, is really deploying way too fast.
Because how do you, like, you send your golems in, do you have like
I send in my 3 golems spread out, and I do like a wipe squad of wizards just to kind of clear the
outside stuff,
buildings and shit that's out there. And then right about when the weapons are aggroing on the golems, I'd send in 2 or 3 wall breakers. I only take 7 wall breakers with me.
You do, huh? For all 3 golems?
I only make 1 hole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I let them go in there because then they'll all kind of join up and go through 1 hole. Then I'll dump 3 witches that are in my castle, my army camps.
Okay.
Then I really spit out a bunch of wizards because I use 25 wizards. And then I'll rage them all in that center and freeze, when appropriate, when the shit gets close to the inferno. And then I dump all the rest of my 3 or 4 wall breakers I got left. And then I just use my clan castle of 2 witches, 2 wiz, and my heroes and I'm chasing. I'd say 90% of the time I'll get my 2-star. I just go right in. I try to power through it. And like I said, 90% of the times it'll give me the 2-star and sometimes 3 stars on these.
Really?
Like 2 wars ago, I 3-starred a pretty strong Town Hall 10 with this tactic. And
nice. Have you tried the Velks on that?
Dude, I think that I have level 1 Valks, man. I got level 2 Valks. And you know when I upgraded that fucker?
What?
On the April Fool's shit or whatever, where they show her just annihilating shit. I fell for it.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And then literally after I clicked it, I go, hold on, this is a joke. But it didn't matter. It was too late.
Because that was a year ago.
That's probably why I don't use her. I think I'm mad about that.
You're pissed off that you thought you were going to get the big, tall... It was the tall Valk that destroyed like half the camp, wasn't it? And that,
yeah, like one swoosh did like 6, 7 spaces.
Yeah, it was... I was like, oh, that's it. I give up on this game when I saw that video.
Yeah, I thought it was real. I mean...
Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to defend against this.
And here's what's funny is I've probably watched 3 Clash of Clans YouTube videos ever. and that was one of them. And I believed in it so much.
The Clash of Clowns.
Now I can't trust any YouTubers.
Yeah, because, well, you know that if it's coming from Chief Pat, and you know now that Supercell plays those April Fools, but they played the Velk one last year. They played the Queen one this year. Didn't the Velk get an upgrade right after the or like the next update?
Yeah, they I guess not unnerfed her. They made her a little better.
Yeah, they put her go to the center of a clump.
And less spots too, right?
Yeah, was she 10?
What is she now?
8.
8. So she was either 10 or 12. It was something stupid.
I think she might have been 12.
Because I was like, why would you ever use this troop?
Yeah, so they made her better, made her cheaper. Do you think
made her thinner?
Yeah,
not visually, but
I wish that they would make her taller on that thing.
You don't like big boned people?
Well, no, I just think it's way cooler to see her at work when she's like under rage. It's like she's cool looking, you know, but they're so tiny otherwise. Just walking around there. You think the Queen upgrade is going to do something with AI?
It should. I was talking about this the other day with Rob. I think that the AI should get smarter with level.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like to get a little more precise.
What if because they made her in that video this year look like, or shoot the wall pieces, like the center wall pieces, or the junctions like the wall breaker.
Yeah, I lost a 2-star a couple wars ago because she's literally, there's a wall between her and the clan castle. And all the other weapons around her are gone. She can't even get fucking shot. And she could literally shoot over that wall. It's actually closer than what she's shooting. She's shooting a wall off to the side.
It plagues. It's like every attack, she may do something that you don't expect her to do and like actually hit the thing. But almost always, if she's alive near the end, she's on a wall. Maybe she just gets dumber as the battle goes on.
She's either the most MVP of the war or the entire reason that you lost.
That's a really good point. Because I can't tell you how many times it's like it's coming down. I hit her invisibility on an attack a while ago, and at that point she turned and went to the clan castle, and there was just a sliver on the TH. Like, oh man, I would have had it. And then she comes out of invisibility and she's still on that thing, and then everything pounds her. But it just hanging on by a hair. Especially if you've got the Teslas in the center and you send in a P.E.K.K.A. or something, and it's just like just one more second, and you would have had it. And maybe now as mine gets a little bit higher, I still haven't made much progress, but I'm excited to see, because you see those high heroes come rolling in and you go, wow, they did a really good attack, and that might be true, but their heroes also like overpower everything and just give you that extra stuff, even though like the little levels when you upgrade doesn't look like much.
No, not much at all.
So yeah, if I had to go back, I would just be like heroes first and then go from there. But
yeah, upgrading the heroes reminds me a lot like on, you ever watch Big Brother?
Yeah, I do. I used to all the time. I did this last summer.
I'm a sucker for that crap, and so's awesome. Rig. We talked about it all the time. But remember they take those little like spoons across like an ice skating rink to fill up that jug. That's what heroes remind me of. It's
my God,
I just dumped 40,000 plus, and that's all I get. And the end game, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be that full jug, and you win head of household. Awesome.
Yeah.
But that road to get there is so long, and you don't see anything.
And can you just imagine, like, if you were able to like turn to the other person and go, you know what, you can take this if you make me safe, you know, I'll take your hero and you know what I mean, like some of the maneuvering that goes on. But God, I wish there was a way around that. The hero upgrades, or do you think they'll ever make it where the heroes can be played during war, so they don't have to be put to sleep?
I think that there'd be more people buying gyms to get them faster
if they
if
did
they
it
could
that
play them
way.
during war. I think it detours me less putting her to sleep than it would. I mean, as far as buying gyms, like if I knew that I could use her in war, I would upgrade her more, if that makes sense. So I would
Oh yeah,
spend more money to upgrade her than I am now, because now I'm just like, well, I don't want to put her down. She's already low enough, and that's the stuff that's barely getting me through for my wins. So
right. Well, yeah, because you go, God, is that week worth it? You know,
because it's not, and
no,
we don't even have that day off. And I know we can opt out now, but why the fuck would I do that? I'd rather take a shot at it and lose than miss out.
yeah, and I saw that tweet that you put out because I asked you if you guys sit your heroes or sit players when the heroes out because we've been facing that and it's like you want to encourage people to keep going on their heroes and not saying you have to sit out. Do you know of any strategies that you use when your hero's down like that's different?
I hold back more. I let the golems get deeper, and I do smaller squads. That way they can kind of fan out. Because I actually, last war, maybe it was war before, I think it was last war, I log on after we recorded, and I go in, I'm like, holy fucking shit, I forgot my Barb King.
Oh no.
So I'm mid deployment before I even noticed it. And, which I'm the king of going in with fucked up shit. And I just kind of slowed down what I was doing, and I still got my 2-star without my king.
Wow.
And a few wars before that, I went in with all lightning spells. I was like,
What?
oh shit!
Oh no.
So go wee wee with all lightning, and I just nuked an Inferno tower and took it out, and I got a 3-star on a Town Hall 10
Jesus.
using lightning and no freeze, no rage, nothing.
How high were the Infernos? Were they?
They were level 2.
Okay. Because those things are just bitches.
Yeah, but you can kill one with
I never thought about
4 lightning. I mean, I dumped all 5 lightning on them, but
that. It took a little bit, but it did the trick.
because I didn't know what I looked to freeze it and it lightninged it, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck did I do?
I'm committed.
So I'm like, pow, 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 just hoping I can sneak in there to the town hall. And next thing I know, I'm spinning around this base
And it's going.
like the scrubbing bubbles,
Nice.
just wiping everything, and it was bizarre.
Yeah, to permanently take one out. I wonder how that would work with like the pig dog balloon attack if to take out one full Inferno tower right from the beginning and just play with time.
Right, Rob did the math. You can take a max one out with I forget what level max is because I don't have it. I think it's 6, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, you can still do it with level 5 lightning.
With 5 of them?
Yeah.
That would be a cheap...
if you're going to lightning air defense for dragons, why not fucking do it for that on an Inferno?
Yeah, no kidding. Especially if you were running like Giants and Velks. And
yeah, because that's nailing you.
Yeah, because then you've got 10 things on... 10 multi-Infernos on you. You did it just to 5.
And those troops really don't change much when you're raging them, to be honest.
The Valks and the Giants?
Right.
Yeah, you could just... They have so much, like, damage. They like takes them a little bit anyways. And if you watch them under those multis, they're really not draining a ton until there's so many on them. Like, I've watched my level 7 Giants, like, walk around, and where I would think they would normally just get smashed really fast, like, they hold on a lot longer than I thought. But I'm going to try that out in the wild.
Yeah, nuke one. And it looked really cool. Dude, Robbie was supposed to record it because it was just such a badass, like, what the fuck just happened raid. Like, if I did it on purpose, it would have been awesome. But since I didn't do it on purpose, it was extra awesome.
Nice.
And I doubt I could ever reproduce that, ever. But I thought about trying it again in War 2, but I'm so scared that
Something will happen.
It's just going to fuck up. So I'm like you, maybe I should try it in a while, but then I won't have a real clan castle to go against either.
That's always the trade-off. But if you can figure out, like, so you don't know going in. Like, usually I think, well, if there's not a queen, either they were just playing, you know, so if the pumps are like kind of full, then I know somebody hit them and the queen's just recharging or something like that. And then I know that there's the CC might not be there. So I've even been avoiding those and going against ones with the queen to practice because I need to see the timing on it. But do you lure?
I've never lured, ever.
Yeah, I go back and forth on it all the time.
Yeah, I with dragons, I never lured because I used them to suck me in.
Yeah.
And with Go Wee Wee, I bring a light. I bring 2 freeze, 2 rage, and a light. But the only troop that's ever slowed up my Go Wee Wee from, like, I wish I could have pulled, is if you run across a pig dog.
Oh, yeah.
Because it slows you down so much. Like, I imagine a golem would probably do the same thing, which I've never ran across. But
well, no.
And then once you blow it up, then it becomes that fucking shitstorm of fiery minions. And, like, I think I got maybe 1 star or no stars when that pig dog came out.
Did the wizards hit it and the witches and then stopped it, and then the other things started taking those out?
Well, what happened was it was almost like they were confused. By the time they looked up and started shooting, it was almost too late because everything else is just annihilating me, because that's normally when that lightning already took out all the people that came out anyway. So instead of just looking up at it like, what the fuck is this? It's a giant fucking turd. I feel like you waste more troops than you would lose by not luring. And maybe I'm crazy. There's so many people that are so pro luring. But I've never felt like I've lost a raid because I didn't lure. Except for, you know, like that pig dog. Like, that thing screwed me. Or the occasional variety pack.
Oh, yeah, of different...
Clan Castle kind of screws you up every now and then, where like a few barbs come out, a witch, a balloon, a Valk, and it's just like, holy fuck, and your guys don't really know what to do.
I think I started luring because of that. Because of the variety pack. Because when I see those minions come out of there, you know, like, it might be a barb or whatever, a couple minions, and I might have the lightning spell, but the witch is so far behind, and the minions are out so much, and then I'm facing the ground things coming up behind it, and so my troops were overtaken. So my lightning, if I hit the witch and drop my ground army, I would do so much damage because of those minions. Or, I mean, the minions would do so much damage, and I'd be down so many troops.
Do you not try to let the clan castle come to you a little closer and snag it with the freeze when you freeze the Inferno?
I used to.
Because I think that's how I stay safe.
Just to freeze it instead of...
Because even if there's still more coming out, when I got those freeze, they catch up to the ones that are already out. Because my guys are still there. My guys are getting closer. So I'm pulling you. And then I drop my lightning. So I don't usually miss anything. Unless that magical balloon pops out. There's a guy, K&B, in our clan that I saw, like, as soon as the live replay started, I looked down and he had like fucking 7 witches. And Go Wee Wee was like 7 witches. And if I remember right, he had like 2 more in his fucking clan castle.
Holy shit.
I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I'm such a fucking...
I'm going to wait till he fails and then boot him.
Raging. I'm like, And my wife's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
7
and I'm
witches.
like, nothing. 7 witches. Which she just joined my clan.
She did, huh?
That's a new dynamic right there.
That's awesome.
But next thing you know, I'm like, how's this going to happen? He's not going to have enough DPS. And anyway, he's blasting through all these fucking walls. And if you've ever used all goblins to eat through a wall, that's what these skeletons were doing. And he barely has any wizards left. And these flockalaries get through their fucking seagulls, eat through that middle wall, eat an Inferno Tower,
Seriously?
eat the expo and eat the town hall, and he's just reproducing them because there's so many of them. It just
I think the most I've ever used is
like
5.
like nanobots or whatever.
I'm totally going to try that. Because
And he's raging them the whole time.
He was raging them?
Yeah, they were going fucking nuts. It was awesome.
Well, do you want to do any shout-outs?
Sure. I guess the people I should be shouting out is all the other podcasters out there. You guys, Rig, the SOAS guys. I think it's came pretty far with everyone.
Yeah.
You know, with you guys being the OGP, and
it's been really cool, I think, since the podcasts have been out there, because I think it's really building a bigger community. Like,
right, there was a wall for a while with everyone, I think, and there's a bridge with every one of them now, and it's
cool,
pretty cool.
Yeah, because if like people are visiting the other clans, they're learning a lot, and as that grows, it's surprising to me like how many families have come from it, and just
right. Well, we come from it.
yeah, exactly. Like everybody's gravitates towards kind of what kind of atmosphere they like. You know, like it's different cultures, every clan. You know, if I go visit different clans, like wow, this it's different the way they do this over here.
Yeah, ours is a bar fight.
Is it really?
It's
pretty rowdy,
nonstop
ball
dick jokes and and just calling each other bitches nonstop.
Nice.
It's just fucking rowdy. I can't really put it, but it's fun, and it's neat to see people filter to clans that fit their style.
Yeah,
because I've visited pretty much every clan, and there's a atmosphere in every one of them.
As you said that, this is the bar fight. It really made me think, yeah, it's kind of like a main street with bars all the way down the thing. And it's like you migrate down and then you find the bar you like, and that's the one you go to the next time, or hang out. That's your hangout. And each one has its own thing going on, but they're all on the same main street.
Yeah, because we're pretty similar to Zod since the majority of us are from Zod.
Yeah.
But Zod's a little more tame than us. We're the guys that were like wanted to bust a beer bottle on someone's head.
You're the biker bar.
I don't want to be in a biker bar.
You what?
I don't want to be a biker bar.
You just want to... What is it?
There's got to be a cooler bar, like a punk rock bar or something.
Oh, punk rock. Big mosh pit going on in the...
Fucking...
Well, no, I'm just saying like the badass bar. Like, this one's pretty bad. This one's the bad one. You don't want to piss anybody off in here.
We're a bunch of fucking hipster nerds. We're probably fucking rolling in on some Vespas, not some Harley. Listening to Morrissey.
Beep, beep. Awesome. Yeah, and Rob, Taco Lover. Still talk about his bass.
Yeah, it's still doing good.
Is it really? Oh, yeah, he was talking about that he got Max Wizard Towers?
He said, can you get Max Wizard Towers at 1009?
Or maybe he's maxed out for his level.
Yeah. He's maxed out for that level.
Can he hold on to loot? Or does he have to gem it?
He holds on to loot. You want to talk about not holding on to loot? Have a fucking defenseless Town Hall 10 where you have to spend 42,000 on each one of your drags. Because that's Ghostbuster.
How do you do it then? You just...
I get lucky. I raid up high enough to make enough war loot to keep protected inside of my clan castle. Oh. And then I open that back up for the second wave of my war, or second attack. But every attack gets me for minimum of 200 grand a piece.
Holy shit.
And that happens at least 3 times before each war.
Yeah, because I've heard of, the defenseless the defenseless, I guess Taco's kind of the opposite, right? He's just
all defenses, no walls. I have walls that say theclashcast.com. That's nowhere near my base. But I have a level 1 cannon. I do have traps now, which I thought would save me money, but it's the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
They actually cost me in gold now.
Because every time you get raided.
Right. But it's more important to lose gold and maybe protect that elixir.
Yeah.
And, my Barb King, which is level 2, which is nothing.
Are you just
Because
getting
I can't hold on
barged?
to that either. I get everything.
Really?
People just come full blast on me.
I don't know what to think.
I've even been go wiped.
You
I'm like,
have?
what the fuck is this? But I have so much loot at all times.
They just threw it all
They
down.
just nail me.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's I haven't really seen those in action. The defenseless. Or I don't think I don't remember.
I've won a couple defenses in war.
With the defenseless?
Yeah, like say we go against like a account that's got a Town Hall 6 that they're like, I'll get this guy. And then my clan castle will come out and fuck them up. But
holy shit. Well, hey, man, thanks for being here. It's finally good to have you on. And as we get rolling, and we should try a matchup or try to do something where the matchups are hard, you know, especially if the TH levels are different.
oh, yeah, you guys are an NFL team.
Well, yeah, probably just because of the number of them. But I think we could match the other things. It's just those XP, you know. So if you guys got that full clan, it's like it's hard to sit people out to do a matchup if you're really gung ho for that.
Oh,
XP.
we'd try to match up anytime.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and as we organize in the family, just kind of knowing like, yeah, these people can war. We can go to a different clan to do a makeup too. That kind of helps. Because when we paired up L versus L, when you went to that level 1 clan to try to match up, it's a hard thing to go back to that level 1 where you're not getting the refund. You're not getting you're back to the 20 minutes. Was it?
Yeah, it'd feel good to be L again.
What's that?
So it would feel good to be L again.
Oh yeah. Well, come back whenever. I know you started the other day.
Right. No. I've said it. Well, yeah, I'll do that too. But I said it would feel good to beat L again.
Oh, beat L again. Oh yeah, because the Get Up Kids wasn't in L.
I was in Zod when we beat you.
Okay. Yeah, and Illnst wasn't there. I was just okay.
Right. That was when I was in True Sun, but Get Up Kids was in Zod.
Yeah, I'd like to see some matchups. You know, L matchup against some of the people that were in Zod or Zod, and kind of see how everything changes.
There's a lot of those people that seem like they don't even exist anymore.
Yeah,
that was there around in the early times.
Matt's got some pictures of the and I probably
the roster.
The roster, and I probably do too somewhere.
That'd be sweet to see.
Yeah, do an all-star team or something, and maybe even try these other clans, try to match up. But well, hey man, thanks. We'll have to record again soon.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime. Or if you ever want to come on ours.
Oh yeah, anytime. That'd be fun. I'll get into the bar fight.
Nice.
All right. Keep it classy, everybody.
All right. Later.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.